You loop.
And we're not live feeding, so we're going to regress to that. And we are going to share this.
Okay, wait, now you'll see you.
Alright, so basically while this thing loops, I'm going to talk about how this thing is wrong. Alright. I'll wait until some more people come on in. Have you ever seen Wicked?
Nah.
No, you haven't?
I
was never a fan of.
Everything.
Was never a fan of Wizard of Oz.
Oh man. Well then, this will be lost on you though. I'm just gonna say it's gonna be lost on you.
Don't be offended, but I might not pay attention to this one.
That's okay. Are you okay? Do you need to go sleep? Take a nap?
Nah, I'm fine.
Alright. I'm just asking.
It's okay. Don't you worry.
And I'm sorry for burping so much.
You're fine. I don't care.
Alright. You can see it. People can see it. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, we got more people coming in. Hello.
Slimy! Welcome, Slime! Slime's currently packing to return, head back home from a hotel, so she can't, interact.
Oh, that's okay. It's going to be mostly a panel anyway. It's going to be a...
Yeah, she's just here to watch and enjoy.
Alright, so... Okay. Are we all ready? Are we all strapped into our brooms? Okay. Wicked. A musical where flying monkeys are normal, time travel is canon, and green girls straight up defy gravity with a crowd of Broadway belting. But today, we're not here to talk about plot twist or friendship or whether Glinda is secretly the villain. Nope. Today we're talking about physics. More specifically, why Fab should have fallen like a brick. That's right, folks, that iconic broom theme, the one that burned into the memory of every theater kid that ever felt a little too powerful after drama class? Yeah, it's wrong. Not just stage magic wrong, not close enough for musical theater wrong, I'm talking on full-on hello, laws of motion would like a word with you, kind of wrong. Even in the world where floating brooms are a thing, even then, this saying breaks physics harder than alphabet breaks the rules of social etiquette at Shiz University. So strap in, my fellow bronies, thronies, and theater nerds, because today we're doing some simple math to absolutely wreck a moment that made us all cry. Hello, convention. Welcome to Film Theory, the show where our brains are the strongest muscle, because we never skip logic day. If you know who Alphabet is, she was born differently in a world that doesn't understand her. Because, of course, she is Alphaba, the story of an ancient wizard whom she wanted to work with to make Oz a better place. She wasn't some green-skinned rebel with a cool cape and great vocal cords. She was born different, in a world that never gave her a chance. Feared, judged, labeled, all because she looked like someone the system couldn't control. All she ever wanted was to work with the wizard, to help Oz, to make things better. But the world didn't want to help her. It wanted a scapegoat. No offense. But as she goes through the Shiz University, everything starts to shift. Alphaba, the girl who just wanted to use her gifts for good, finds herself in a world full of politics, prejudice, and power, structures that don't know what to do with her. At first, she's just a student, awkward, social, isolated, brilliant, but overlooked. She doesn't fit the mold, not in her appearance, her attitude, or her emotions, but slowly, her magic starts to show. Her potential starts to grow. And what does the system do? It tests her. It uses her. Then it tries to control her. And then that's when the story shifts. When Alphaba realizes that the wizard she once admired isn't whom she seems. That the right thing doesn't mean what's safe. She tries to stop trying to fit in. She stops asking for permission, and she starts flying on her own terms, literally and figuratively. And that's how we get the broom scene. One broom to rule them all. One single enchanted broomstick. The very symbol of Alphaba's transformation from an awkward schoolgirl to a full-blown witch. Queen of the skies. In the stage version, it's the centerpiece of Defying Gravity. In the movie, it gets a slow-mo glamour shot that would make even Quidditch players jealous. But here's the thing. Have you ever actually stopped and asked, well, how does this floating broom work? Because once you peel back the glitter and fog machines and belt notes, when you hold a broom with one hand, can it lift you? Okay, let's rip the bandage off. You can't just stand on a floating stick and expect to go up like an elevator. Let's be generous. Let's say, sure, the broom can hover. Great, we're in a magical world, but now picture this. Take that same hovering broom and try standing on it like it's a Segway, except the Segway is a twig, a stick with no handles, no seat, no stabilizers. Now try standing on that. Still sound reasonable? No. Okay, try this instead. Grab a baseball bat and balance it in on midair, or better yet, hop on a drone and ask it politely to carry your full body weight. Spoiler alert, you're going to eat dirt. Because here's the problem. Even if the broom floats, that doesn't mean it's lifting her. For Alphaba to actually rise, the broom has to push upward with a force equal to her weight. Otherwise, gravity wins every single time. And that, my friends, brings us to Newton's third law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if Alphaba is pushing down with her body weight, about, let's be generous, 130 pounds of it, give or take, then the broom has to push up with 130 pounds of magical oomph just to stay level. If she doesn't fly. She falls with style. And unless she got some magical seatbelt spell or enchanted anti-fall boots we never see, this whole moment is like trying to ride a helium balloon with confidence. Alright, let's be nice. Let's say the broom is static. It's hovering in a place just like a chilly mid-air, like it's taking a smoke break. So now comes the real question becomes, how do you mount it? Like, logistically, physically, mechanically? Because this isn't Hogwarts broom parking station. It's a floating twig with no ladder. To answer that, we're going to have to go somewhere very few theorists dare to go. The gym! Because to get onto a floating broom that's hovering even just above waist height, Alphaba has to either jump, grab it, swing a leg up, and straddle it midair like a horse made of wind, or do a pull-up with one hand from a dangling position while carrying the full weight of her entire body. And folks, unless... crap. I hit a button. Sorry. I hit.
Can I ask what we're doing?
We're doing a film theory on Alphaba and how this scene looks ridiculous.
The CGI?
Mm-hmm. No, it's more specifically how her one hand lifts her entire body.
Oh, that's simple. It's magic.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'm back.
If you think about it, if you think about lifting an entire body, you're thinking of the entire magic, the entire body instead of just the hand. Why would you have just the hand be lightweight, right? So naturally, it have to be the entire body.
Right. Okay, can I get back to my speech? Because I was just about to say that.
Okay, I'm going to play Halo in the background.
Brother. And then, folks, unless Alphaba has been secretly training with Captain America, she's going to have a very bad time. Go ahead, try it. Find a chin-up bar, hold it with one hand, and then try to pull up yourself all the way up and then swing it onto it sideways. Not only is that next to impossible, it's a shoulder dislocation waiting to happen. And that's assuming you're not in the middle of a plummet, like Alphaba is when she summons the broom mid-free fall. Oh, that is perfect. This is fine! Pop! There goes my rotor cuff! In the movie,
Can I, say
Alphaba
something real quick?
falls brooms and no, we have questions for afterward, please. Thank you. In the movie,
It's not
Alphaba
a
falls
question.
and grabs the broom with one hand, and then what? Just lifts herself in midair and starts riding it like nothing happened? Unless she got a dragonfly wings under that cape, we're gonna need a few more newtons of explanation here. But see, that's how the broom works in the movie. That's how it works. It's not lifting Alphaba like a magical elevator. It's not shooting off like a rocket. It's not dragging her behind like a cosmic Uber. No, it just hovers. A stationary pole suspended in midair. And she floats by holding onto it. That's the key. Which means, if you're taking notes, the broom doesn't carry her. She anchors herself to the broom. The broom is the static reference point, and her weight gets managed by her connection to it. And that means the correct way to ride a broom isn't standing on it like a circus act, it's not hanging off of it like you're in a Jackie Chan city, it's sitting on it. That's the only position where your center of gravity is low to your body and is supported, and your limbs are securely wrapped around the broom. It is the magical equivalent of straddling a tightrope. There is one movie where the movie actually gets the broom flight kind of right. During her escape from the Ozonians, Alphaba leaps over a gap, grabs the broom midair, and glides to safety. Here's the key detail. She's not flying instantly, there's no sudden liftoff, no vertical zip into the clouds. Instead, her body follows the natural arc of her jump, and the broom simply slows her descent. Finally, someone respected gravity for once. In that moment, the broom isn't some miracle rocket. It's basically acting like a magical glider, reducing the force of her fall so she doesn't go splat on the crystal floor. But why does this scene work when the others doesn't? Well, for that, it's time to do what show does best. Some simple math. It all comes down to force. It is specifically the force Alphaba applies when summoning the broom, versus the force required to lift her own body. Let's go to the problem with falling and the gliding. Let's break this down. So let's say Alphaba is falling at a pretty average terminal velocity, about 53 milliseconds, or 120 miles per hour. She summons the broom with her one hand. Magic brings it to her, now she grabs it, and then the broom isn't moving at her speed, so when she latches on, her body keeps falling, and now she's being jerked to a stop by her own grip. To stop her descent and pull herself up, she needs to apply an upward force equal or greater than her own weight. Let's say around 600 newtons, plus whatever extra it takes to overcome her downward momentum. And all she's doing that with is one arm. One skinny, dramatic Broadway arm, flailing arm. In other words, she's not pulling herself up. But in the gliding scene, none of that applies. She jumps of her own strength. She meets the broom midair at the matching speed. There's no sudden stop, no violent tug. The broom just joins her arcs and slows her descent gently. It's smooth, it's stable, it works. Why? Because the forces match. Her body's motion and the broom's magics are aligned. And here's the really clever about, and the reason why the glide scene actually holds up under scrutiny. It's not just magic, it's momentum management. See, when Alphaba leaps, she's using her own strength, her arms to provide the initial force to launch her. Her legs to force to launch her. She's not relying on the broom yet, she's just falling in a clean parabola arc, same as any object would under gravity. Now here's the twist. As she begins to descend, she starts to lose control, her strength wearing out. She's running out of the arc, so what does she do? She summons the broom. And now instead of having to keep pulling or holding herself up, the broom takes over. It starts supplying the lift that her muscles can't anymore. And timing is the key. She's not asking the broom to catch her instantly. That would require massive sudden force and probably turn her air off. Instead, the broom gradually starts supporting her, slowing her fall. So what is her floating midair? That's actually perfect handoff between her initial jump force, her physical strength fading, and the broom's magic easing in to take over. It's a progressive lift, not a jarring one. Like a stagehand gently lowering her on a wire instead of yanking her up like a yo-yo. And that's why the gliding scene works. Because even though the world is magical, the way this moment is structured still respects inertia, force, and the limits of the human body. In other words, it's just grounded enough in reality to make the magic believable. Unlike, say, grabbing a stationary broom one-handed mid-free fall and just magically floating upward like you weigh nothing. Alright, so now we're going to test this summon hack. You are falling from the tower, you're alpha, you hit terminal velocity, and that's fast enough to rip your face off if you stick out of a train window, but wait, you are a powerful witch with a summonable broom, so what do? You summon the broom. So when you grab it, there's no gentle lift, and there's no sudden deceleration, which in the physics world we call it a bad time. If you're driving 120 miles an hour and try to grab a stop sign, guess what happens? You don't stop. Your hand might, but your body keeps going. So now your arm is yanked, your shoulder is shredded, and of course you're doing a full 360 ragdoll spin through the sky, like Gmod. If the broom is truly static and you're falling at terminal velocity, the broom doesn't save you. The broom becomes your dislocated handle, and even if the broom magically starts pulling upward, it still needs to counteract not just your weight but your momentum. This means generating instant lift equal to mass times velocity plus your downwards force and any rotational chaos from grabbing it with one hand. At that point, you're basically asking the broom to be a jet engine, a vertical broom slip shaped Iron Man suit, and spoiler alert, it's not. So when you grab the broom, your arm screams, the momentum wins, and the broom awkwardly follows you down like, wait, I'm helping, please don't sew me. So we now have to ask ourselves what is questionable physics to possible sentience, because now we're not just talking about force or lift, we're talking about intention. So the big broom moment went wicked. Alphaba throws out a hand, and the broom comes to her not just a little bit, but from an entirely different floor. It just doesn't float into place waiting for her to catch it. It moves. It seeks her out, like a Roomba with feelings. So what does this mean? Is the broom bound to her magically like a wizard's staff? Tuned to her location like a Bluetooth device on my Find My Witch app? Or does it have a built-in logic system like some sort of enhanced pilot? Because it doesn't float up, it calculates the path, navigates obstacles, and finds her in midair during a scene that would require precision timing, altitude adjustment, and relative motion tracking. In other words, the broom doesn't fly, it thinks. And that changes everything. If Alphaba can mentally command the broom, not just come to me, but adjust lift, find me at these coordinates, match my speed, then we're looking at something way more advanced than your standard wizard stick. We are actually looking at a magically linked assistant tuned to detect her location, calculate her fall trajectory, intercept her safely, and possibly even modulate lift based on her proximity and velocity. That's not a spell, that's a spell system, which begs the ultimate question, is Alphaba the pilot, or is she just along for the ride? Because if the broom can think, even a little, then maybe it is compensating for lift, managing thrust, and making tiny micro adjustments that keep her from dying every time she pulls a mid-air stunt. And if that's true, then we're not just looking at a broom. We are looking at a magical, self-flying smart vehicle. Basically, Alphaba built the Tesla before Elon ever had a spellbook. So, what did we learn today, class? Alphaba's broom can't actually lift her unless it applies a matching force to her weight. You can't just hang off a stick mid-fall and expect not to dislocate a few limbs. Standing on a hovering broom is a core workout from Tartarus, and the only time this whole flight system makes any sense is when she jumps, glides, and lets physics do its thing. So unless that broom is packing autonomous navigation, adaptive lift control, and possibly a minor and theoretical aeramacy, then Alphaba's flight scenes still total witch nonsense. Unless you're Kermit the Frog in a witch hat and you acknowledge that you don't lift the broom lifts you. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. Alright, to be honest, I thought this was gonna last longer than 30 minutes.
Bravo!
Thank you.
Indubitably, yes.
Yes, indubitably.
Yes, indubitably so, yes. It does seem that, yes.
I am sorry that I did want to go longer, but I did not edit this as much as I should have, because I noticed there were some repeating phrases that Ugh, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy.
I am happy. So yeah, if you really think about it, the only reason why the one-handed broom scene works is when she glides down, because she is constantly, during her arc, she is constantly summoning, let going the broom. But of course, if she's already falling down, and she tries to do that, guess what? She's going to dislocate her arm. So,
Yep.
yeah, if you've watched Wicked, that's my take on it. I know it looks cool, but it's wrong. You need both hands.
Hey, let me just roll a 20-sided die and see what disqualifies. You got 9.
What do you mean?
Like you got a 9. I roll a d20 and let's see.
Why would you do that?
Nat 11.
Why is that relevant? All right,
Just 1, 2.
Okay, I will be taking questions from the audience. If a slime has a question about Wicked, then I'll happy to answer probably, and I'll see if I can answer the best I can.
Remember, the slime's packing away.
Boops the slime.
She can't really afford to. Slime's packing away from because she's leaving the hotel. Remember, she can't really afford to interact right now. She doesn't have much time.
She's already interacting, so.
Oh, she is. Oh, my apologies then.
Boops the Firebird.
Boops the puzzle and the slimy.
I heard the boop. Boop. Man, I love the things that go vonk. It's very satisfying. It is very satisfying.
Yeah. Slime says, truly lovely. If anything, since the broom is so powerful, she may wanted to use it way more. Like I'd have that broom glued to my hand. Can you think of on any scenes where the broom would be useful?
Okay, so you are in a very dusty room. Okay, other than that silly little nonsense. If you had that broom glued to your hand, you would still have to worry about having it being lifted. And even if it was reliably glued to your hand, it would still launch you forward. And yeah, you would have to be really strong. Like you would still have to learn how to use that broom. So if you were okay, let me ask you this, Slime: are you using one hand or two hand? Because one hand you still have at least some able to handle something or else. But if you had like both hands glued onto it, unless that's like a paraphrase of something, like holding on for dear life, then yeah, I mean, you would have to use both hands to keep the broom on, and then you have to cradle it with your legs, because if this thing is going to be launching you into the air, you need to really carry on to it. I think that should be normalized in the next witch handbook. You have to sit on the broom like that, otherwise you're gonna feel the centripetal force. Alright, so any other scenes where the broom would be useful? If she had it otherwise, like, I don't think the broom could change anything that the animals were not learning how to not speak. I don't think it would help in that. It just levitates. That's all it's used for. It's used as a mode of transportation from point A to point B. Now, you could probably use that said transportation for many, many things, but I doubt you would probably want to crash your broom into a tower and see what it does.
Slime. Okay.
Because women drivers, am I right? Okay, I'm sorry. I had to go. I'm sorry. that was bad. I'm sorry. I take it back.
You'd be good. Let's not get cancelled on the second day.
I say that in jest, though. So, where else would the broom be useful? It's a mode of transportation. I don't think it can carry anything. And besides cleaning something.
Working out.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
You could do
Like
you
I
could do
said before.
pull-ups on it.
Yeah, right. You could just summon the broom, just go. That's right. Oh wait, this picture is perfect. Oh my goodness, this picture is perfect. Alphabet in a nutshell.
God, I wish I could.
You know
watch a
who
regular-
else?
Do you know who else does one-arm pull-ups?
My mom.
My mom.
Oh, that is so true, though. That is so. Oh my goodness. Alphabet at the room scene. Oh my goodness, make that a meme. Please, somebody make that a meme.
Ay. I can give it a try.
Oh, please. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know how to do it.
Yeah,
I have the
yeah.
I have the tools to actually do it.
No, I could do it. I could do it faster. Watch.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Any other questions about this?
Look, just watch, please. The stream's open.
Yeah, I could do it faster. All right, Discord.
No.
Oh,
Watch this.
you actually have a meme thing.
How do you spell it?
It's with an E, I think. Let me. All right, ELPHABA.
Alphabet.
No, not double A. There's no double A.
Oh.
Alphabet when broom.
Oh, what the? What are you guys doing?
I'm actually going insane.
Okay.
My stomach hurts.
Okay.
My stomach hurts.
Pause. Okay, let's take a pause then.
I can't stop.
Okay.
I have to post this in the meme channel. I have to.
Do you guys need medical assistance?
Maybe free.
Maybe. Maybe.